Hi, my name is Stephanie Gertz, and I'm here today with Joanne Weston, the NDP candidate for Kitchener South-Hespeler for the Provincial 2022 election. So today we're going to ask her a number of questions. We are asking a number of candidates from across the ridings, across the region, these exact same questions. And so these questions will be the same. She'll be getting about a minute to answer each one. And yeah, hi, Joanne.
Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for having me today.
Absolutely. So these interviews are being done by a collective of environmentally focused groups, such as Grand River Environmental Network, Nith Valley EcoBoosters, RARE, Charitable Research Reserve, Reep Green Solutions, Sustainable Waterloo Region, and ClimateActionWR. Okay, so our first question will be, and again, you have about a minute to answer. All 8 municipal governments have committed to the Transform Waterloo Region strategy to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 80% by 2050, with a 50% reduction by 2030. How will you, as a local representative, help our communities and businesses achieve this goal?
Hey, thank you. So thanks for having me today, and thank you to all the organizations that put together these questions. It's actually really timely because I just met with the Mayor of Kitchener to discuss a wide variety of issues, but climate change and environmental protection and mitigation to the impacts of climate change was a big part of our conversation. And that was, and in it, it was about making sure municipalities have predictable funding so that they can do the work that they need to do at the local level. With that, and the NDP is committed to that. We're committed to working with our municipal partners. They're on the ground. They're the ones that are, protecting our trails and building cycling networks and helping with housing that is compact or mixed use housing and energy efficient, all of those things. So really great to work closely with municipalities to make sure that we're on the same page when it comes to climate change. We need to move forward with this. So the NDP is committed to stable, reliable funding, no surprises. We're going to make sure that municipalities get the support they need to do the good work that they do.
Thank you so much. The second question is, how will your party meet the target of protecting 30% of Ontario's lands and waters by 2030 in keeping with Canada's international commitments?
Thank you. So the lands and waters locally, my family loves to hike along the Grand River trails, canoe at Laurel Creek, camp in the conservation areas. We've been doing this for a number of years. So really important to me to make sure that the land and the water is there, not just for recreation, of course, but also clean drinking water, but also there to enjoy. So the NDP will plant 1 billion trees by 2030. We'll protect prime farmland and water. And we have really ambitious goals to meet the Paris Accord targets of 50% reductions from the 2005 level by 2030 and net zero by no later than 2050. And that will, with the goal of keeping global temperatures down to 1.5 degrees Celsius.
Perfectly. That was 1 minute exactly. So our third question now is, what will you do to address the need for mixed multi-use housing and walkable communities, and that new home construction is done in a sustainable and affordable way?
So yeah, a mixed multi-use housing is an important part of our plan, not just for the environment, but also to make sure that homes are affordable for people. So things like basement suites, laneway houses, coach houses. We're going to end exclusionary zoning and increase the supply of housing options that are affordable, while making sure that we're not allowing urban sprawl. So we're going to do it within the boundaries and protect farmland, which is really important. And then also we're going to make sure that they're energy efficient, so that they use less energy, because the best, and that will keep energy costs low for people, as well as help with the environment.
Great, thank you. And then the fourth question is, how will you support sustainable transportation choices with less car dependency and better active transportation and public transit?
Right. So again, this is working with the municipalities that are building these transit systems. So we need to have really good relationships with them. We're going to restore the funding to public transportation that was cut by previous governments, and provide 50% of transit operating costs to the municipalities. It's really important. I have 3 young daughters. 2 of them do not drive, so they rely on public transportation. In Kitchener South-Hespeler, it's a little difficult to get around. So I think these investments in public transportation will help get more people out of their cars and into public transportation. We also need to get going on 2-way, all-way go. Catherine Fife in Waterloo has been advocating for this since I don't know how long. So we hope with an NDP government, we can really move that forward.
Absolutely, thank you. You've been very concise. Wow, you've been under time now. Next question is, how will your party protect farmland and address the negative ecological effects of aggregate extraction?
Again, as I said before, we'll end exclusionary zoning, we'll stop the urban sprawl, and that will protect the farmland that is nearby. It is such a gift that we can, leave the city and drive 10 minutes north and we are in farm country, and we need to protect that. It will help with, it helps keeps food costs down that we can buy locally. It protects our farmland so that food is there when we need it. It is a real, like having the Kitchener market, the Cambridge market, St. Jacobs market. I mean, just having all that local food close by is an incredible gift for us, and we need to protect that. So we're going to do that by stopping urban sprawl. And then we're also going to stop the abuse of MZOs. There's been more of those that have gone through recently than ever before. And we believe that the decision should be with the municipalities, and we need to respect those municipalities, and they need to do the consultation with local groups.
Great, thank you so much. And the last question is BIPOC. So Black, Indigenous, and people of color and women are disproportionately exposed to environmental hazards, such as landfills and industrial pollution. How will you address this environmental injustice?
So environmental injustice is a real problem that we need to deal with, including clean drinking water for Indigenous communities. We know that the Oneida Indigenous community really close by in St. Thomas has had a boil water advisory since 2019. That is incredible, that in a privileged province as such as ours, that anyone should not have access to clean water, clean drinking water. So we'll work with Ontario's First Nations in a true government-to-government relationship for community-led solutions for housing, healthcare, and clean drinking water. And we have one of our MPPs in 2020 tabled Bill 286, which is the Inherent Right to Safe Drinking Water Act, and which ensures minimum safe requirements for clean drinking water. And so we will look forward to bringing that back to the legislature.
Great. Thank you so much, Joanne. It's been a pleasure to have the interview with you. I wish you luck in the upcoming election. And yeah, thank you so much for spending the last 10 minutes with me.
Hey, thank you so much, Stephanie.
Have a great day.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.